there, it's Natasha and thank you so much for joining me today. Today, this is the card that we are going to be creating. So here's the thing with today's card. I was completely just having a play around and I wasn't going to turn my camera on at all. But anyway, I have ended up using this die here and I apologize, I can't find this die anywhere. However, any other background die would work, which you could cut down to be the right size that you need. For this die in particular, because it is so detailed, I am using this packaging, foam packaging stuff, and I'm also going to use my metal shim in my Cuttlebug as well. So I put down this little foam stuff down the bottom, and then I have a little piece of this square red, it's kind of an orangey red paper that is cut out already, and then I'm going to put my really intricate die on top of that. So as I was saying, I really do apologize that I can't find this die anymore. However, sometimes that just creates an opportunity to be creative and use things in a different way and have a look through your stash for something that may work. So anyway, these are my favorite flowers as per usual, and I have cut them out of this sort of yellowy, it's like a dark yellow, and I'm going to stack them all up to kind of look like maybe a sunflower that's somewhere where I was heading. And so I have cut out this little piece that actually does come with the set, and you can see I've zoomed in to see that there's kind of some embossing on the little centerpiece. And then I'm just showing you here the same with the leaves. If you just cut out the leaves normally, this is what they look like. However, if you use that little foam packaging stuff, you can kind of get that embossed detail in them too, if you can just see that in the video there. So yeah, that's what I want to, if I want to get that finer detail, I will use that foam packaging. I'm using a couple of distress inks to just give these leaves a little bit more dimension, a little bit not quite so flat. So just adding a little bit here and there. This is Twisted Citron Distress Oxide ink. And this was one of those cards that just came together so fast. It was so much fun, and these are my favorite types of cards when things just seem to work out really well. However, when I realized that I couldn't find the background die anymore, I did debate whether to even post this, but I like the card so much that hopefully you'll get inspired by the nice simple design. So now I am just putting my flowers together. I have two of the large flower, and I have one medium, and then I have one small flower, I think. And I'm just layering them up so that obviously the leaves don't match and it makes like a nice full flower. Then I'm using these stitched rectangles, which are from Aliexpress as well. All of these dies so far are from Aliexpress, which I will link down below in the description box if you're interested in checking them out. And I have this stamp set. This is one of my favorites. If you see my videos, this is one of my go-tos. So this one is obviously from Aliexpress as well. And I am going to have the Especially For You, which I'm just going to stamp with some VersaFine Onyx black ink. Then just to coat the back of this tricky die cut, because I didn't use stick-it adhesive or something like that to make it easier, I am just putting down some of the matte medium glue and then using a little makeup sponge to sponge it onto the back of that die so that I know I cover all of it up. And I'm just putting it down flat onto the card. It would be really hard to pop that up with any sort of foam adhesive. Then I have these circles of foam, which I'm really enjoying using up at the moment. They have become really handy, actually, surprisingly. I will link these below as well. These are from Ali as well. And I'm just going to pop up that little sentiment, nice and simple, just to fill up that lower area of the card, and then cut off the little excess piece. Then with the flower, I am just going to put that right in the center. So the cardstock that the flower is made from and the cardstock that the sentiment is on are the same color, yellow. And then I'm just going to do this same little trick with my sides here and just bend back a little piece each of this double-sided adhesive so that I can get it on nice and straight. You can see that this has a slight border around it, just white on white kind of border, just for a little bit of interest. And then I'm gluing down some of those bottom flowers, the very bottom layer of flowers, but I am pulling them up a little bit to give the card some nice dimension. And from there I am just going to add in both of these little leaves, and I end up sticking them together first before I stick them in under the flower, and that is pretty much my card for today. I really like this card. It's funny when you make a card and it kind of just speaks to you. It's one of those cards that you really like, and for me this was one of them. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope that you can use this to create some fabulous works of your own. I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.